Hi, Ashley. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Lisa.
So we have had you on the show. I don't know how many times, not even sure.
This
But
is
one of the things, that's your cat, Plankton.
That's coming at you live, really, from around here. There's a
It's the
child or a cat or something always happening
it's
here.
the perfect segue into well, let's tell people just a little bit about you. You've been on the show many times, and you and I met because your mom and I met in an airport. Her name's also Lisa, and she was talking about you, and you'd written your book, and you're a widowed single mom as well, like me. And you lost your husband in the diving accident. How long has it been now, Ashley?
7 years. He died May 2018. So we've been doing this for 7 years now, the three of us.
Well, we have, I'm so sorry for your loss, of course. We've had this discussion many times in private and on the show. And your daughter, your youngest, Addy, you were pregnant with her when he passed.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
so we're having all three of your kids on the show today.
Yeah, wild. Wow, this family shows the Buggy family show over here.
Yeah. Well, I've been following Hudson and his hats for a while. And I just thought, well, let's have all the kids on because they all have something interesting to share because you live such an interesting life and you share that with your kids. And so these hobbies and interests that they've taken on is absolutely obviously from spending their life with you. And of course, with your husband before he passed. So thank you for being here. So the reason I wanted to have you on this time is all of a sudden I saw on Facebook you posted that you're suddenly a doctor. And you and I stay in decent touch, and never once did you mention that you were getting your doctorate in anything at all. So it's a big decision to make, raising three kids by yourself. Tell me about it.
Well, I didn't get to make the decision to raise them by myself.
No, but
But
you've made the decision to get your doctorate
yeah,
during that time.
yeah. I don't know. In real honesty, it is a big decision, and I don't tend to dwell on those big decisions or take a lot of time thinking about them. Instead, I uh, just think, is this something I want to do? I'd like to accomplish that in my lifetime. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Let me figure out how to make that happen. And so there wasn't a whole lot of prep work and thought that went into it. It was literally like I probably had an hour of downtime in between dinner and soccer practice and was like, how do I start a doctorate program? And found a university, actually applied to a couple universities, and found one that I could do a program that I wanted to do. And then soon enough, I was on my way to becoming Dr. Ashley Bugge. And now it's years later, and I just did it. I just got my diploma in the mail, and it's real. And yeah, I don't remember what I share and what I don't anymore because there's so much happening at every minute of every day. And it's all like big stuff. Like it seems weird to be like, oh, I forgot to tell people I was working on my doctorate.
Yeah.
Uh, but when there's, 1,000 other things happening and yeah, raising three kids and travel and all these things, it slips your mind, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Well, how long did it take you?
almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
It was quick. It was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was fast. It was an accelerated program. I wanted to get it done.
So tell us then, just for people who are just don't know yet about you, just in terms of the work that you do in the world, what would be your 1 minute explanation of that work and how it led you to choose this for your doctorate?
Oh, it would be let's reschedule when you have 2 hours, honestly. What do I do? Okay, so I'm an author. I've got two books of my own that kind of detail my life story of losing my husband and going on to living this kind of crazy life. I've co-written a book with my three kids, written by kids, for kids dealing with the loss of a parent. I'm a polar explorer, so I travel to the poles, the Arctic and Antarctica, and do in-water research. I'm a master scuba diver. I started a nonprofit last year in the midst of my doctoral program that kind of validated the research that I was doing within my studies. And we actually just got back from the Arctic Sunday, like a few days ago, on our kind of proof of concept program. So bringing untraditional explorers or younger people or citizen scientists out with us to conduct science in these polar regions, which was very, very cool to get to do that. And then, yeah, I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, I'm a chauffeur, a wedding assistant. I am Hudson's unpaid assistant. Like I do.
So we're talking with Hudson later in the show and both of your daughters,
Yeah.
Addy and Izzy. And so the entrepreneurial spirit is strong in your family. And I mean, it definitely makes it more convenient to, as you're raising your kids, to be able to have that flexibility in your schedule. It was one of the things that appealed to me about having my own businesses and a nonprofit and that sort of thing. And there's plankton. And so tell me then, you know, as you've navigated this, and we haven't talked about it in some time, but what about the things that you're doing now have surprised you? I mean, I know that for a time, because your late husband died in a diving accident, you considered not diving at all anymore. And then now your kids are talking about learning to be scuba divers. So, what is, I mean, I'm sure that's maybe just one of the many things that has surprised you over these years.
I think honestly, the biggest surprise is twofold. One, that nothing surprises me, like literally nothing surprises me. And two is just the level of confidence that comes with raising children on your own. There is nothing at this point that I don't think that I am capable of and that I can't do. It's just a matter of figuring out what that is and what I want to do. And I think, you know, everyone's like, how do you do it? Like, you live the life of 7 people in one time while a single mom. Like, how do you do it? And I don't I don't get stuck in the idea. Like, my idea was it would be really cool to complete a doctoral program in my lifetime. I would love to have that achievement. I would love to have that accomplishment. I don't need to have the answer of, well, what am I going to do when I'm done with that? Or what am I going to do with it? I don't need to know that. I need to know that this is something that I want to do and I wanted to do, and that it's up to me to make it happen. Like, I can't just sit back and wish it. I have to put in the work and take the steps to make it happen. And that is really why I'm encouraging like entrepreneurship from a young age with the kids. It's not about finding the business that they want to do, or, you know, making Hats by Hudson this huge corporate thing. It's about giving them tools to be like, what do you want to do? All right, let's go figure out. I don't know how to make hats, but I know how to work YouTube, and
Yes, exactly.
I know how to ask people
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
And
I think it's
yeah.
exposure, right? I mean, one of the things that my son Hunter had several internships, and not one of them ended up being anything he would have wanted to do in a career, but it helped him to know what he didn't want.
Yeah.
And so having that exposure through multiple experiences to me was not only good for a college application and not only good to have a, you know, well-rounded child, but also just the process of elimination and knowing kind of what, you know, what that looks like to be an entrepreneur, to be whatever the internship is that my son did, and your daughters and what they're trying to do. And so I think that that's our job as parents, to have that exposure. And when you said a moment ago, you said that, you know, okay, well, we'll figure this out. How do we do this? We just figure it out. I think that when you have something really hard happen in your life, like losing your husband, losing my husband, other things that people perceive as hard, we can't compare their perception, right? Because you only know what your own experience is. But for me, some things are just real simple.
Yeah.
It's just really simple. And so if there's an idea you have, you're right. Tomorrow is not promised. And so that's the whole don't wait idea, right? Is just do it today. And teaching your kids that mentality, it's worth every bit of the time you're spending on the planet with them.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, like you said, the experiences, the experiential learning, the confidence, like to have my 9-year-old working, you know, a booth at like a Saturday market, and strangers coming up to him and being like, who are you? And him being able to shake hands and be like, this is me. Or having Izzy out in Honduras on expedition with all grown-ups, and them being like, why are you here?
Yes.
And her having to like say who she is and what she's doing. And that's the stuff that you can't teach. Like, I can't tell them, hey, you need to talk to people and you need to, you know, be proud of who you are and explain who you are, and interact and ask questions.
Might make eye contact, shake hands, all of those things.
Not the
They're
same.
lacking in today's society, right? But is it really lacking? So I hear a lot about kids today, and that's part of why I wanted to have your kids on the show because I'm surrounded by a lot of cool kids,
Yeah.
including my son, who's a grown kid, and his friends. He has some of the greatest people in his corner, and he shares that corner with them. And so to me, it's like, I don't know who all these kids today are, but I feel like if we take care of our own little corner of the world's doing pretty well. Right? I mean, what else
That's
can
all
we
you
do
can
but
do
take care of
too.
it?
Like, you can't worry about the kids that you don't know or the people that you don't know. You can worry about what you can do in your circles. And that when I would just was on expedition, we brought a 16 and a 17-year-old girl out with us, and super, like, one of them had never left the country, like super outside their comfort zones. And now here they are in Greenland, in Iceland, in Svalbard, collecting data for scientists on acoustics. And like, a year ago, this was not on their bingo card. And now here they are. And everyone on the ship was like, it's so cool that you guys are here. You guys are so cool for being here. And just ate that up. Like, it was so special to have these young people on board because we're moving up, like we're doing other things, and they really are this next group of explorers and scientists. And to be able to like pass on what we know to them, but also to be able to learn from them and what's happening in their world right now, it was so cool. So yeah, same thing. I don't know who those kids are, but I know who these kids are, and these are the kids that I want to work with and bring into what I'm doing, and not just teach them but learn from them too. I think it's reciprocal, and I have just as much to learn from my kids and other kids as I do to teach.
Yes, for sure. Well, I love it. I could talk to you all day. But let's take a break and let's meet your kids. Thank you, ladies, for being on the show with your mom today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Well, I wanted to have you on because your mom has such a well-rounded life with so many interesting interests and hobbies that I wanted to also share that how that kind of spills over into her kids, to you all, including your brother Hudson. So let's start with you, Addy. You are becoming quite the entrepreneur yourself, right? You've recently are starting a soap business.
Yes.
So do you make the soap yourself? And what made you decide you wanted to be in the soap business?
So for my birthday, I got this soap kit. So I wanted to make soap, and then it just stuck. So
You enjoyed it? And how do you decide, like, you have a certain scent that you like, or how do you decide what kind of soap you're making?
it comes with these molds. So I have a whole bunch of different molds to choose from.
And how long does it take you to make soap?
About like 15 minutes.
And how are you deciding how much you charge for the soap when you sell it?
Probably.
Well, we haven't started charging yet. She's
You're in the preliminary phase, the beginning.
been making a lot of soap and giving them out for free and taking custom orders so people can say like what design they want, because she's got little molds that have different designs. Do you want to tell me the molds that you have?
There's a mermaid tail, a unicorn head, a smiley face, a heart, a cut, and like.
All those kinds. And that's so then when you start thinking about it, I know your mom's going to be a huge help because you got to make sure you include all your supplies and your time. So however long it takes you to make that soap, you got to make sure you pay yourself for that so you can make money for what you're doing. That's what entrepreneurship is. In the beginning, yes, we give a lot of stuff away for free, tell people know our product, and then we make sure they want it. And then they start ordering from us, and everybody needs soap. It's a reusable, what is it? A renewable resource, right? So if they like your soap, they'll keep buying it from you. Yeah? Okay. Let's switch to you, Izzy. You've been on the show before. You talked about your expedition that you went on with your mom, and you also have a lot of hobbies and interests. Tell me about, just pick one of them.
Well, I think like my main one is like dance, so I go in like 2 times a week. and I do hip hop and jazz, so I really like jazz and sort of hip hop. But on last Friday, I auditioned for like a competition team, and we haven't heard anything yet. But
when are you supposed to hear back? Do you know?
well, she told me like a week or so,
Oh,
like
okay.
so I'm not sure like when exactly, but
Yeah. So since you've been you've traveled with your mom on these expeditions or on the one that you went, what do you want to say about your mom and her recent achievement of her becoming a doctor of her specialty?
I think it's like really cool, and I think that it's like amazing that she actually like did like all the like stuff that she did, like the doctoral program. I think it's like really cool.
So when your mom was studying and going through the process, what do you remember about it in terms of like lots of making sure you gave her time and space and maybe quiet sometimes for her to get her work done, or was that a no go?
It was like hard to like tell if she was doing like work or like school.
Mhm.
Just sometimes, like I didn't know if like how much it was like actually like you know. But so yeah, I remember like a lot of the time she would like go upstairs and just like be in here for like a really long time.
Yeah, working.
Very grouchy the last year.
Well, it shows you what's possible, right? About what you can achieve. 3 kids, busy mom, busy career, and she's still able to get that done. What do you want to say, Addy, about your mom becoming a doctor of her specialty?
It's it's really cool to notice that not a lot of people have moms that are doctors. So it makes me really happy and grateful that we even have a mom that we can love and take care of.
That's so sweet. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. And we're going to talk to your brother now. And then we will keep in touch. Your mom and I always keep in touch. I don't even know how many times you've been on the show now, Ashley.
Couple.
You're a regular because you always have so many interesting things to share. So thank you both ladies for being on the show. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you for having us.
Welcome to the show, Hudson. Thanks for being here. Okay, so I've been following you on Instagram, Hats by Hudson, and you have a very special gift for getting all of this content and getting all these hats to people. I watched you recently. What was the biggest order you ever had that you put together for somebody?
The Vinny Stigma hats.
And how many were those?
120.
No,
Wow.
we ordered extra after that. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
So how many total was it? Like 200.
Yeah, 200.
Wow, that's a lot. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. What made you decide to start making hats in the first place?
I saw on YouTube videos and then I asked her and she said okay.
So then you had to get the machinery, all the equipment, and then you started an Instagram page.
Yeah.
And so what have you enjoyed most about making the hats?
The money.
Well, that's the entrepreneurial spirit, isn't it? So what part of making the hats do you enjoy the most? Or the process of making them?
I'm like actually making them.
Mm-hmm.
Guessing.
Getting to see them, getting to see the instant, it's kind of instant gratification, really. Like you put it in there and you take it off and you take off the tape stuff you did, and then there it is. It's like better than doing the dishes. That takes longer. Like there's some things we do in life that it's hard work, but then we have this great reward of having it done. And it seems like, you have a whole process to go through, but we just see the end result. And from a social media point of view, you have a really great business model because it's content. You can just constantly show people the hats you're making like you're doing. Now, whose idea was it to start an Instagram page? Yeah, your mom's pretty smart about that stuff, huh? Were you nervous at first to be on Instagram?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Do you seem more comfortable now when I watch your videos? Yeah. So what else do you make besides the hats?
Mugs, tote bags, anything.
Yeah. Now that you have that skill, right? How long have you been doing it?
Since January of this year.
Okay. So I've been telling your mom that I want you to do my hats for me, but I need to take a minute and get my logo done because I recently started a new business and that's the one I would want hats for. So as soon as I have that part figured out, I will definitely place an order. It won't be for 200, but it will be, I will definitely, any hats I need going forward, I'll be getting from you, Hudson.
Do you want to tell her about the other branch of your business that you've just started?
Oh, I'm also doing 3D printing.
Ooh, tell me about that. What is that exactly?
So, like you have to buy this machine called a 3D printer. And then like you just like you have to download a specific app for it, and then you like tell it to print something, and then it makes it.
What
Like
kind of things have you asked it to print so far?
I have something in my room.
Okay, show me what you made with your 3D printer.
So it was like two plates, so that means like it had to print on like this and this. So like first it printed this.
What
Um,
is that?
it's like this fidget toy. Um,
Okay.
that like when you hold it, it like bounces, and then you can like play with it.
Okay. So that was that like something you told it how to make, or is that something that you got like the code to make it or the description?
I saw this on YouTube, and then like it told me, cause like I already had the 3D printer, like it told me what it's called. So I went to Bamboo Handy as the app, and then like I searched it up, and then I printed it, and then after this one was done and I took it off, I printed this,
Okay.
and you can put this on the stand.
And you'll be selling those as well?
I mean, if people want them, yeah.
Or are they just for your use?
I mean, if
You'll
any,
come up with whatever you're going to print to sell. Gotcha. Well, that's a really cool thing you've got there.
you can put it on like a shelf or whatever,
Mhm.
play with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was his first purchase with his own money.
Oh, from your earnings, that money you're making.
And
And
it's a nice printer.
and fun fact, it was $1,000 when I bought it, and then they lowered it to 500. So if I waited like a week,
Fun fact. That's kind of, well, that's part of entrepreneurship too, huh, Hudson? Fun fact. Fun fact. All right. Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. And thank you so much for being on the show today. Thank you, Ashley, for being here. I appreciate your time. Keep up the good work. I know we still haven't met in person, but we're going to. And I'd love to meet your kids too. So thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Take care.